Hi, thanks for finding the channel. This story is about the fox and the grapes. So I'll tell you the story and then I'll give you my take on what it might mean to us in the present day world, and I'm sure you'll have your own ideas and I'll be very interested to know what they are. So here we are. It was a lovely sunny day and Freddy the fox is out on a morning walk. As usual, he's very hungry and his nose is sniffing for food. And he doesn't go far into the forest when he smells his favourite food, which is grapes, and he looks up and there hanging down is the biggest, juiciest, ripest bunch of grapes he's ever seen in his life. And he wants them, not just one or two, he wants the whole bunch. The only problem is that they're quite high up, and he realises he's not alone, because over to the left, sitting down underneath a tree, is Felicity the fox. He doesn't call her Felicity, he calls her the princess. And of course she's not a princess, but Freddy doesn't like her because she acts as if she is one. But the main reason why Freddy doesn't like her is that she doesn't like him. So she says, see you've seen the fox, I've seen the grapes, Freddy. What are you going to do? I've tried to get them, they're too high for me. He pushes out his chest, looks boastfully and smugly at her, says, "Don't worry, leave it to me. I can jump higher than any other fox and I'll grab those grapes and bring them back. And if you behave yourself, and that's a very big if, I might just let you have one or two. It's all behavior dependent," he said with a cruel, wicked glint in his green eye. So Freddy measures up the height and he takes a big leap. Almost there, his nose is almost touching the grapes. He tries again, same again, he tries again. This isn't working and he's starting to feel just a little bit embarrassed. The princess is smiling quietly and demurely, trying to pretend she's not noticing what's going on. So then Freddy has a cunning idea. He decides to step back and take a running leap. And he runs as fast as he possibly can and he jumps and oh dear, straight into the tree, and his nose is very sore as a result of it. He is now blushing, and if you think foxes can't blush, they can. It's just they hide it well underneath their paw. Well, he tries again and again and again, and he's starting to get tired and hot, and he can't jump as high as he used to anymore, and he recognizes that he's not going to get these grapes. So he trudges off, looks at the princess, and carries on walking. And then he turns round and said, "I knew I was right. Those grapes aren't ready. They're not ripe yet. They're not ready to be eaten." So that's the story. Tries to get the grapes, can't find them, and ends up embarrassing himself in front of the princess as well. So what does it mean for us? Well, it means quite a lot really, because this is an example of what I think the psychologists call cognitive dissonance. Or it's what you and I might say, it's putting a brave face on things when things don't go according to plan. And one of the first questions I ask my clients when I work with them is, what is their objective? What is their goal? What are they working towards? And Freddy, because he was living in the moment, his goal was to get those grapes. And that was about it. And just as some of my clients, they're obsessed on earning more money, making a successful career for themselves, finding the perfect relationship. These are all laudable things, but just as with Freddy, thinking about them all the time and thinking you can get there by willpower and just by trying harder and harder, in actual fact, it just takes you further away from them. You see, the mistake that we all make, and I'm just the same as Freddy, is that we think we live in our conscious mind, because that's the only bit that we're aware of. Whereas the truth is that our unconscious mind is way more powerful, way bigger and way faster. And because it's called the unconscious, we're just not aware of it. And yet it is running every single function of our body 24/7 to the accuracy of millionths. And it does all this without us caring about it, without us knowing about it. We're not thinking about our glucose metabolism or how much thyroid hormone we're putting out, or our blood pressure or our heart rate, any of these things. And if we did, most of them we wouldn't be able to influence anyway. But if we're able to connect more to our unconscious mind, we start to get great ideas. This is called intuition, or it's what I call luck. And if Freddie had just taken a step back and gone into some kind of meditative, inward reflective state or whatever, or even just taken a few deep breaths, he might have figured out that there were a few other purposes, there were a few other things he could have done. He might have carried a stick in his mouth just to knock the grapes or something, or climbed along the branch. Who knows? We weren't there. But there's always something, and people who are in prison camps will tell you the same thing. When you have nothing to do all day apart from think of unlikely means of escape, you occasionally come up with some good ideas. No prison has ever been built that's escape-proof. People got out of Colditz in the Second World War. That was supposed to be escape-proof. People have got out of Alcatraz, are surrounded by shark-infested waters, and they survived. So thinking is usually never wasted as long as you're thinking with your unconscious mind. So that's my take on the story. Don't give up, because when you do give up, the chances are you're much closer than you thought you were. And Freddie was very close to getting those grapes. So we'll think of something for the next show. Post your comments. Please spread this video to people who might like it, and please do like it. It helps with the ratings. Okay, see you next time. Goodbye for now.